Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. This is episode number 724. Got your questions from twitter.com/AaronRift. Let's get started with the first one today, which comes from Burge. What do you think? Rollins returns at the Rumble. It's a stretch, but he is rehabbing 5 hours a day. I know you're probably thinking back to when John Cena made his return at the Royal Rumble much sooner than expected. Now, will the same thing happen with Seth Rollins? Will he return much sooner than people are anticipating? As much as I would like to say yes, I think the odds are against him coming back at the Royal Rumble. With John Cena, he really is, in a way, like Superman. He is able to bounce back from serious injuries, and that is one of the reasons why WWE has kept him as the face of the company for so long, because he's been so reliable from a physical standpoint. Seth Rollins, he is a tremendous athlete. He has a lot of drive, and I do think we will see him back sooner than later. Royal Rumble, that's a bit of a stretch. For him to come back 3 months after his injury, that would really be superhuman. Maybe with enough rehab and enough motivation and with the right genetics, Seth Rollins can come back in time for WrestleMania. That I still think is a long shot. But Royal Rumble, I really think is just too soon for him to come back. And even if he was feeling like he could come back, it would be better to not risk putting him in the ring again until he is 100% ready to go. I think WrestleMania is more of a possibility, but still, I think it's likely he will not return until after WrestleMania. Alright, this one comes from Josh Fuller. Do you think Rollins should feud with Triple H when he returns, or should he go straight back into the world title picture? Please answer in video. I think that Seth Rollins should be feuding with whoever is the top heel when he comes back. I definitely feel Seth Rollins should return as a babyface. I would like to see Seth Rollins versus Triple H, but WWE really hasn't done much to build up towards a Seth Rollins Triple H feud. Sheamus is the new champion right now, but how long is that going to last? By the time Seth Rollins comes back, who knows what the landscape of the WWE main event scene will be? Who knows if Triple H will still be a regular character on television? It's really hard to say at this point, but regardless of what's going on with Triple H in the storylines, regardless of who the top heel is, Seth Rollins should definitely come back as a babyface. The fans are going to want to cheer him. It may be too late to do a Triple H versus Seth Rollins feud because of this injury. Alright, this one comes from Matt. With the new League of Nations faction, could you see the Wyatt family turning face and feuding with them 4 versus 4? Please answer in video. Actually, I think you should have put PAIV, but that's okay. I could definitely see the Wyatt family going babyface soon, although I think it would be more effective to have Bray Wyatt on his own as a babyface, because it makes more sense to have a babyface character stand on his own rather than have a bunch of guys watching his back doing his dirty work. I think Bray Wyatt as a solo babyface act would work well in WWE, and I really feel it's time to make a change with him. I think the fans have been wanting to cheer for Bray Wyatt for a long time now. And let's face it, right now you have the Wyatt family feuding with the Dudleys. No real long-term direction for Bray Wyatt. You might as well turn him face at this point, especially now that WWE has a new heel faction established with the League of Nations, and you also have the New Day as heels. Seems to make sense now for a Bray Wyatt babyface turn. I would definitely consider going in that direction soon. Alright, this one comes from Mr. Yuck. Should the New Day turn face before breaking up? Either way, I hope they stay together for a long time. I totally agree. I think that for now, it's best to keep the New Day as heels. They're red hot. There's no need to turn them babyface as a group. But once the time comes that you want to break off the group, I think you could have them turn babyface for a while, similar to when the Shield turned face and then you had the Shield split. You could do something like that with the New Day where they turn babyface, and then you can have Xavier and Kofi turn on Big E, and Big E can go off as a solo babyface and perhaps be a major star in WWE and one of the next top guys. That is definitely a direction. I would like to see the New Day go as babyfaces and then have two members turn on the third member, and I think Big E would be the one to be on his own as a babyface. Alright, this one comes from Liam Roach. Hey Aaron, do you think that the New Day should do cheering up Seth skits while he is injured? Sort of like Mankind and Vince. I think that would make for entertaining television. I think the New Day should have done something to pay tribute to Seth Rollins, but the time has passed on that. I think the problem with doing something like that is, for Seth Rollins, he's going to be most likely coming back as a monster babyface, and I would avoid doing those kind of segments with him when he's going to be coming back as a babyface. With Vince McMahon, he was this ongoing, hated heel character, and that's what made those segments so entertaining, because you wanted Vince to suffer. You wanted to see bad things happen to him, and him just being stressed out because of Mankind's antics, because of Steve Austin. With Seth Rollins, it just wouldn't work, because you're prepping him for a huge comeback. The fans are going to be cheering for him, and he's going to be one of your top stars when he comes back. He's going to continue being one of your main event players. I just don't know if it would work doing comedy skits with Seth Rollins as a heel in a hospital bed. And I already feel it's too late to do that anyways. I feel if they were going to do something like that, they should have done it like the week after he had surgery or something like that. Alright, this one comes from John. Hey Aaron, do you think Charlotte is going to be turning heel as the first ever dirtiest diva in the game like her father? One would think that that is the direction, but I don't really have that much confidence in WWE that Charlotte's even making a heel turn. After watching Raw, I assume she's turning heel. That seems to make sense based off of the Survivor Series crowd reactions when the crowd was cheering Paige and booing Charlotte. Seems to make sense to turn Charlotte heel, and people are starting to resent the fact that she's in the spot she's in because of her father, and she's always doing the woo, and she's riding the coattails of her father, and it seems like fans are starting to resent that. So it makes perfect sense for her to go heel, but I don't know if that's the case or not. For all we know, next week Charlotte could be coming back out and still being a babyface. With the Divas division, you never know what's going on. You never know who's the good guy or good girl, who's the bad girl. You just don't know. I would like to say yes, this is the beginning of a heel turn, and she's going to be like her father as this dirtiest heel in the game and dirtiest player, whatever you want to call it. One would assume that's what's going to happen, but I can't really say for sure. Who knows with WWE what the direction is. Alright, this one comes from Jorge Cota. Do you think that instead of Hornswoggle, the anonymous Raw general manager should have been Shane McMahon? It didn't have to be Shane McMahon. It should have just been somebody else. Literally anybody but Hornswoggle. I think that was one of the biggest disappointing storylines ever in WWE. No real payoff. You had months and months of this anonymous Raw GM. It could have literally been anybody, but WWE just decided as a joke to say that it was Hornswoggle. Just a huge letdown. It really was not satisfying at all. I don't know how hard it would have been to have brought in somebody from the past. You could have had a surprise name. Anybody. You could have had DDP as the anonymous Raw general manager. You could have had anybody. Why Hornswoggle? They just, the whole payoff was a cheap joke. I mean, wasn't a fan of it at all. And I hate when WWE does these storylines and then there's no payoff. They just drop it and move on to the next thing without any kind of resolution or anything that's even remotely satisfying. Alright, this one comes from TJ, Trent Swag 316. With ratings being very bad, do you think they might do a hot potato with the WWE title between Sheamus and Reigns until Fastlane? I doubt it. We're in a different era of WWE now. They didn't even do a WWE title change on Raw this past week when they could have done that. Roman Reigns could have won the title. They could have set up a rematch at TLC. If WWE was going to hot shot a title change, they would have done it on Raw. They didn't do it, and I would be surprised if they did. I would be surprised if Roman won it and then Sheamus won it and then Roman won it again. Just don't see that happening. I think if Roman Reigns wins it at TLC or the Royal Rumble, he'll be champion through WrestleMania. And once Sheamus loses, that'll be the end of Sheamus as WWE champion. I mean, I would be shocked if Roman Reigns won it and then Sheamus won it back. To me, that would really be very counterproductive. I would not advise WWE doing that, and I really don't think they will. I don't think that they're that desperate for ratings to do the hot potato with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. All right, this one comes from Jack McCabe. What are the chances WWE signs Jay Lethal? I think the chances are pretty good. As we can see in WWE, they are starting to hire more and more indie talent and more former TNA stars, guys like Samoa Joe and James Storm. It's a good sign that WWE is definitely taking more interest, specifically Triple H, taking more interest in indie and former TNA talent. Jay Lethal is extremely talented. He's a great wrestler, and he's a great personality. You know, the stuff he did as Black Machismo in TNA, so he can wrestle, he can entertain. He would be a good fit for WWE NXT and probably the main roster if given the opportunity to go out there and shine. I think Jay Lethal could definitely be successful in WWE. I would be shocked if he doesn't end up in WWE at some point. I think it's just a matter of when. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Almost at 50,000 subscribers. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Tell a friend about NoDQ&A video. Trying to reach 50,000 by January 1st, 2016. And I know some of you out there are tired of the beard, so here's the deal. If Roman Reigns turns heel at TLC, I will shave off the beard. There you have it. So no more bugging me about the beard. If Roman Reigns turns heel, it's gone. I will get rid of the beard, so you all will be happy out there that do not like the beard. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding WWE, TLC, all the latest news, rumors, and of course, live results coverage. Make sure you vote in the categories for the NoDQ.com year-end awards. Go to NoDQ.com/polls and cast your votes. And on that note, I will see you guys next time for another edition of NoDQ&A video, episode number 725. See you next time.